I am in the shipping and logistics business, which I didn't even know was a thing until I got there. So if you don't, that's okay with me. What I can tell you is that it's primarily a male-dominated industry. And when I got to my job, most of the managers I work with are 15 and 20 and more years older than me. So I had a lot of proving to do. And I think you probably have run across this too. And you know, for me, the important thing day one was to establish my credibility. What that meant was just do my job excellently. Show that I was the expert of my domain so that I could build trust on my team. And that was a really important first step because a lot of the men that I went to work with have been working together for years and years. They know each other well. And for me to just walk in and act like I knew everything would have been disastrous. So it took a while, you know, to earn the trust that I knew how to do my job, but it paid dividends once I did. Because, you know, I serve a function, and on a business team, what that means is I'm often the person that's asked to broker disputes. And that can be hard, especially when you're the only woman in the room, especially when you're one of the younger people in the room. I think what's really important when you're trying to figure out how to resolve a conflict like that is first to just listen. Because everyone who's talking feels like they have something important to say. So you can't be the one talking if you're supposed to try to wade through all of it. You know, the next thing though is just to make sure that they're listening to each other. Because a lot of times, especially when you're in a heated situation, people are so busy trying to make their point that they're not even listening to figure out whether the other person's actually arguing with them or not. You know, and then at the end of the day, it's about sitting down and figuring out what's the end goal? Where are we headed? Do we disagree on the goal, or do we just disagree on how to get there? And if we just disagree on how to get there, how do we get on the same page? What does that look like? A lot of times what that looks like is taking a breath, putting ego aside a little bit, and figuring out what's going to be best for your client or customer. And if you can just think about it in those terms, just take a breath, listen, make sure your team is listening to each other, and then remember that you're actually a team and you're actually headed the same place, so let's figure out how to do it together. That's going to go a long way in figuring out how to resolve that dispute that's in front of you.